bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Ay, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Oakland Raiders. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And not quite sure what just happened there, other than we do know that he spiked the football on first down. And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. Here's the Raiders punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. On first down, it's Darnold going deep for Diggs. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. And now he spiked it on 3rd down. I don't know if he heard a whistle. There was no whistle. He just got up and spiked it. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. I'm speechless. You're back in the shadow of your own goalpost. What? Talk. I don't know.
I was hoping you would keep talking.
First half,
I was hoping that you weren't speechless because I have no explanation for this. It does remind me a little bit of a playoff game in the NFL a few years back where they ran a real trick play that was actually named after a song title. And they end up fumbling the ball deep in their own territory, set a bad tone for the game, and end up losing a playoff game. That's what that call there reminded me of.
And nowhere to go. He'll make it back only to the 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. And now he spiked it on 3rd down. I don't know if he heard a whistle. There was no whistle. He just got up and spiked it. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. So with their backs practically backed up against the goal line, just why? Why did they do that?
I'm taking it from the other perspective because I have zero answer about why. How about if you're on defense and you realize they're going for it?
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear. Got to be a psych.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
To throw is Darnold. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I'd make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Months 56. I don't think you got it, son. Hey, lady. Hatchet. We got it. Hey, lady. 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Here's Elliott. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as his guys continue to pour it on. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 734. 180.
Hey, Delta.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Throwing again. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm coming.
Bravo.
From the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. 58.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Alpha.
58, right there.
Again, it's Carr. Oh, he nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
What we got? 58, boys. 51, Raider 1.
He don't know no better. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
To throw again. Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Off of play action, Darnold rolling to it, and he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that, well, that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. To throw his Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Matchbox lights.
Watch the 6-18.
Here we go on 4th down with Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They do go for it. It's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's put that team on the bus.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play.
Hey, Charlie.
On 4th down, Darnold going deep for Diggs. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Stephon Diggs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the route is on here in this first half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quinnen Williams. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
What now? Lady? 58 to Mike. I got one.
On 3rd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Hey, boys, we got 4 down. 93. 93.
They're going to try and throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Now Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Check.
They'll try again with Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Darnold. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a round. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's and the Jets set. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments.